Hi, I'm Reagan from Paramount, and this is just a short video to talk you through the new rent review process following the introduction of the Renters' Rights Act. We've been doing this for a few months now, and so we've collated some of the most frequently asked questions into this short video to hopefully answer any issues or queries that you might have around how this will now work. The most common question we're being asked at the moment is, why are we contacting you so far in advance? We used to contact you 2 to 3 months before the end of your tenancy. Obviously, tenancies no longer have end dates, but they do have rent review dates, which is usually the anniversary of when the tenancy started. If an owner wants to increase rent, they have to give you 2 months' notice under a Section 13 notice, and that has to also be in line with your rent due date. This means that any agreement on that increase needs to be made well ahead of that 2-month window. This is why we're reaching out to most people 3 to 4 months before. So if there are any queries, issues, decisions to be made about whether to stay, whether to go, whether an owner wants to sell or continue to let, we've got plenty of time to have those discussions. It may seem too far away and you may not be sure about what you want to do, and that's okay, because with the new Renters' Rights Act, you have the ability to serve notice at any point. So really what we're discussing here is that rent increase. If we don't hear back from you, or you're unable to agree with us in terms of whether you want to stay on, we will probably serve that Section 13 notice so that it has been done and it's enforced and it's ready to come into play on the set date. But of course, if you want to serve notice around that, then you are open to. Another really common question at the moment is, what happens if you have a group of sharers and somebody doesn't want to stay on? You are joint and severally liable under the tenancy agreement, and that has always been the case. So previously, it has not been possible for just one person to vacate and to leave the rest of the tenancy intact. The slight changes under the renters' rights mean now if one resident wants to leave, they are able to give notice for the entire tenancy. So if we do have notice from one resident saying that they are leaving, they don't want to stay anymore, unfortunately, we will take that for the entire tenancy. Now, practically, what this means is we can speak to the owner about doing a substitution, and most owners will be open to that. If they want to keep good residents in situ, if there's been no issue to date, of course, people move on. We totally understand that. We will speak to the owner, we'll have a substitution agreed, we'll follow the substitution process, which we can discuss with you, how you will find a new resident, for example, how that will look with the deposit. We can talk you through that process. But it is worth noting that individual residents now do have the power to bring an entire tenancy to an end with just one notice. If you feel like this might be you, the best thing to do is to first of all discuss it with your household. It's better to have you all on the same page and understanding what's happening, rather than individual people talking to us with different plans and people not being aware of what's going on. Speak to a household, agree a plan, see if they're willing to do a substitution and to help fill your space in that tenancy. You can then approach us, speak to us, we'll speak to the owner, and as long as that's agreed, we can undertake that process for you.